Hello and welcome to Jessie Bear Book Club Vlogs. Today we are talking about the David Starkey documentaries on the Tudors. This is the first one we're going to be talking about, Henry VIII, The Mind of a Tyrant. I own the DVD. They used to be available on all four or 4OD, depending on what age you are. And they're also all available on Dailymotion. It's just a boring DVD in a case, but there's 4 episodes. The first episode is called Prince, the second episode is called Warrior, and the third episode, Lover, and the fourth is Tyrant. And they cover Henry's life right through from he is a young prince until he dies. There is an amazing actor called Lawrence Spellman who is playing the young, 20 to 30-year-old Henry, who is just so pretty. So pretty. I have pictures of him on my Kindle, which I saved, which I'm going to get up now if I can. Look at him. Look at him and his handsome face. I shall tip it this way. Okay. Zooming. You know, isn't he rather attractive? And there's great bits where he's reading out, parts of his letters to Anne Boleyn or famous speeches that he gave. And Anne Boleyn is played by Sophie Hunter, who is married to Benedict Cumberbatch. I found that out because I was Googling the actors in this, and I think she looks like a very good Anne Boleyn, and she does an amazing speech, like on the block, which is really, really, really good. And Cardinal Wolsey in this is also really good. He is played by quite a famous actor. He does lots of bit roles. And Roger Ashton-Griffiths plays Cardinal Wolsey, and he also plays Mace Tyrell in Game of Thrones. Pretty cool, right? The first episode really deals with young Henry and his insecurities with being a second son, and how he knew the Tudor dynasty was not secure on its throne because of the rebellions that took place, like the Yorkist rebellions that supported Warbeck, and how he was rushed to the Tower when the Cornish rebels revolted, and how he was taught to read and write by his mother. It's all quite touching. And then the second episode goes on to say that his first act as king, after being cooped up by his father, was to marry Catherine of Aragon, who is played by this lady, who is called something like Aoife. She has one of those quite strange, I don't know if it's Welsh or Irish names, that is just impronounceable with a fada over the A, so I'm not even going to try and pronounce her name. I will write it in the description of this video if you want to check her out. She's been in a lot of plays, and it's quite funny when you start googling the actors from these documentaries. They've all been in Casualty and EastEnders and The Bill and things like that, and lots of them have done stage work, and then quite a few of them as well have been on Game of Thrones as smaller roles, so that was fun. The third episode mainly focuses on Anne Boleyn and her rise to power and the downfall of Wolsey. It focuses more on the downfall of Wolsey than anything else than Anne herself. But, she's still there in the background doing her thing. The fourth episode, God, I'm not used to this Kindle yet. The fourth episode, there is this guy who looks so much like Henry VIII. It is insane. And his name is Ian Redford. And he plays Henry in the last episode, which focuses on, Henry's military achievements. It kind of glosses over Henry's marital career and focuses mainly on him as a man and his policies. This documentary isn't about his love life. There is another David Starkey documentary about his love life, which is really good, and we will talk about that next. That will be Henry VIII, the 6 wives of his. Well, the 6 wives of Henry VIII. I don't know, they've got the Henry VIII bit in massive type. I've got it over there in the corner. But it also talks about Henry's military career and, his policies. It also talks about the rising in the north and how horrible he was to people. How horrible. But, it's good. It's worth watching. And you can watch them all for free. Funny story, actually. This documentary was the first thing I ever bought online. I know I am so nerdy. This is the first thing I ever bought. Not an outfit or, a t-shirt or something fun. I bought this documentary. I first seen this in 2009 when it first aired on Channel 4. I was in Spain and we had really bad Sky TV. and I couldn't get TV really in my room, but for some reason, like, I turned it on. It was a Sunday night, and I think it was episode 4, and I caught the end of this, and I got really excited, but we didn't have internet. And they were like, oh, go on 4 on demand. But of course, we didn't have 4 on demand. First of all, because we didn't have internet. Second of all, because we were in Spain. So the next time I was at my stepbrother's house, I realised you could get them all on YouTube. You can't anymore, but you used to be able to. You can get them all on Dailymotion now. And I watched all of them. And then I promised myself that when I did get the chance, I would buy the DVD. And I did. And there was a photo floating about somewhere on my old Tumblr of me holding up this DVD. How old am I? Go, like, this really excited. If you enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Next week, we will be talking about the 6 Wives of Henry VIII documentary by David Starkey, which is also very good, and to be honest, I think better than this one or the Elizabeth one. This one actually probably has better production values. It was made later. The first 2 were made, I think, in 2001 and 2000. This was made in 2009. Oh, and I forgot to say, it has sexy David Oakes in it. You know, the guy who plays George in The White Queen, you know, Duke of Clarence. He's in it playing George Cavendish, which is quite fun. I think that's the first time I ever seen him in anything, and I was like, ooh, like him. Follow him on Twitter. He really likes trees and mushrooms. Anyway, back on track. Next week we will be reviewing another David Starkey documentary. I have been rewatching them all because they were brilliant. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Bye!